The Apple Card is single-handedly one of my favorite credit cards for a few different reasons, but some people would actually see it a lot differently than me. Some people don't like the Apple Card at all, but in this video, I want to talk about if the Apple Card is still worth it in today's market. It did come out in 2019, and it's been some time since the Apple Card's been out. So let's find out if the Apple Card is still worth it. So first and foremost, if you wanted to apply for the Apple Card, it's an extremely simple process. And not only that, in the process, you do not affect your credit score. You also see your credit limit, and you also can see your interest rate all before accepting the offer. So that means whenever you do apply for the card, you see all those things before you even have to accept it. And that's pretty neat. Not every credit card issuer would allow you to do that or show you that much information before you actually have to accept the offer. So that's definitely a plus for the Apple Card. Of course, everything has a catch. In order to even get the Apple Card, you do have to use a device that supports Apple Pay, which is typically iPhone and Apple products. So you wouldn't even be able to get the Apple Card if you use Galaxy or Android. So if you are one of those people, unfortunately, unless you switch over to Apple products, you can't even get the Apple Card. So everything that you do for the Apple Card is navigated through the Wallets app. So if you have the Wallet app on your phone, which if you have an iPhone, you should have that app, you click there, and basically if you don't have the Apple Card yet, it will always have a way to prompt you to get the Apple Card. And once you get the Apple Card, it would appear there, and then you can click on the card, and then it will display the home screen of the Apple Card and all the things that it offers. But let's talk about some of the benefits that comes with the Apple Card, because of course you need to know what you're getting yourself into, and is this card really worth it for you? But first and foremost, this card has no fees. When I say no fees, I mean even the hidden ones. Apple promotes that this card does not hit you with any annual fees, any late fees, any foreign transaction fees. So you don't have to worry about that with the Apple Card. And I can actually stand behind that because I never got a fee from the Apple Card. My experience with the Apple Card been amazing for a lot of different reasons, like I've told you in the beginning of the video, but we're going to dive deeper into those reasons. With the Apple Card, you get unlimited cash back, which Apple likes to call daily cash. So you would get unlimited daily cash back. But the way that they do that, you get 3% cash back at select merchants like Nike, Ace Hardware, Panera Bread, stuff of that nature. The list goes on. So you would have to check and see exactly the places that you get 3% cash back at. You get 2% cash back whenever you use Apple Pay, and then you get 1% cash back on all other purchases. And I can tell you, I use Apple Pay a lot. So I pretty much only get 2% cash back because I never use the physical card. But say you do use a physical card, at least you're not using a debit card where you get no cash back, because if you use the physical card, you still get 1% cash back. So it's still better than using a card that you get no cash back. So of course it's not as much, but if you do use Apple Pay, you can expect to get 2% cash back on that purchase. So I see it as a win-win situation. Personally, I haven't seen any other credit card do this, but with the Apple Card, it will literally help you pay less interest. And the way that they do this, whenever you pick the amount that you want to pay, say for example, you had $2,000 on your Apple Card and you were to want to pay $200 off, so put it down to $1,800 or $1,800, the Apple Card will basically estimate what your interest would be over time if you pay it in a certain increment. So basically, if you don't pay it off in full, but you pay it off over a period of time, Apple will tell you your interest rate based on that time, because what they're doing effectively is trying to help you pay less in interest, because they're letting you know exactly how much you're paying in interest, so you are aware of it. Most places don't do that because they don't want you to be aware of it, because that's how credit card companies make money. And yes, the Apple Card is a metal card, titanium card at that, but like I said, you only get 1% cash back when you use the physical card. Whenever you purchase items, you get 2% cash back when you use Apple Pay. So I wouldn't even promote you to carry around the card, simply because if you carry around the card, you're more likely to use the card, and then you get 1% cash back when, if the merchant does offer Apple Pay, you could use Apple Pay and then get 2% cash back. So I would honestly say don't carry the card around. But if the merchant does not accept Apple Pay, then I would then say use the card because you still do get 1% cash back. But for the most part, majority of the places that I shop at, they do offer Apple Pay, and I'm assuming that the majority of people nowadays at least have the offer to pay with Apple Pay. So I would always say take that option first before actually trying to use a physical card. And when I applied for the Apple Card, I actually had a 620 credit score, which isn't the best, but that's one of the things that I like about the Apple Card. The Apple Card, you can actually get approved with the lower credit score. Of course, there's a lot of factors that goes into you being approved, like your approval rate, like utilization, payment history, and a lot of other factors to your credit score. So of course, do your own due diligence before applying for it, but keep in mind, whenever you do apply for the Apple Card, it is a soft pull on your credit, meaning it does not hurt your overall credit score. So you can apply for it if you feel like you did everything that you needed to do. And I would actually say the Apple Card is a good first credit card. So if you're looking for one to apply for, but don't have any credit history, but also trying to rebuild your credit, then I would say this is actually a good card to go for. One of the things I will always preach about the Apple Card, the actual interface, whenever you do open up the app, the wallet app, is extremely easy to understand. Everything's pretty much in front of you, and then there's a few icons at the top that you can click on that will send you to different windows that basically navigate you around the Apple Card. So me personally, as far as user interface and usability for the Apple Card, I will give it a 10 out of 10. Personally, one of my favorite banking apps or credit card apps out there because of how easy it is. And like I was telling you about how you pay for your payments and how Apple make it extremely easy for you to understand your interests and how you pay it and how much you need to pay or how much you would like to pay. And from my personal experience, I would say the Apple Card has the best customer service over all of them. The one that comes the closest is American Express because I have very good experiences with them as well. But I would say the Apple Card is above them simply because I never even had to get on the phone with customer service once. I did everything through typing, through text, and Apple will text you back basically talking about your problem. If you have anything going wrong with your Apple Card, you go back and forth with somebody through text, and by the end of it, typically they will resolve your problem and ask if you need any other help. If you don't, then the conversation is over. I have to say the customer service is outstanding from my experience. And I literally just made a video about the Apple High Yield Savings Account, which you could check out. I'll link up here. But I made a video about that. They have a great high yield savings account for whenever you do get the Apple Card, you can unlock it. You get the high yield savings account, which at the time of filming this video, it is at 4.5 APY, which is a great high yield savings account. A good place to leave your money and let the interest build on that money that you leave in that high yield savings account. So I highly would recommend that. You also can get a credit limit increase extremely easy. All you have to do is hit that icon with the 3 dots. It's going to come up and then it's going to have options up there. You're going to hit the options that say card details, and then you're going to hit message and literally send the words credit limit increase. And then you will start to have a conversation about it. By the end of it, they will make a decision. This takes about 5 to 10 minutes from my experience. And then if they approve you, your credit limit increases. If not, then try again in the next 6 months to a year, and you should be able to get it if you have very good credit card behavior. Another thing that I personally love about the Apple Card is that they don't have any numbers on the card, meaning it's extremely hard for there to be fraudulent activity, because everything that you do with your card is on the Wallets app, including your card number. If you wanted to use your card number, you have this thing called a virtual card number. Basically, you have a card number built inside the Wallets app, and that card number can change at your request. Some other things that the Apple Card offer, like scheduled payments, you could put your payments on auto pay or customize it to be set to pay for a certain date. The Apple Card also offer monthly installments, and this one is pretty self-explanatory. You basically pay payments every single month, but the kicker behind this one is that you get 12 months no interest payments. So basically, if you pay off that item within 12 months, there's no interest attached. So that's the Apple Card. And of course, I didn't go over every single detail or show you how to make a payment on the Apple Card, but for the most part, that's a lot of information about the Apple Card. And if you ask my personal opinion, I would say the Apple Card is 100% worth it in this day and age and in this market. But with that being said, I'll see y'all on the next one.